Every morning when your eyes open, you are reborn, not as the same person who closed their eyes the night before, but as a new possibility, a new energy, a new force of nature. In that sacred moment between sleep and wakefulness, you are standing at the threshold of two worlds, the world you've been conditioned to believe is real, and the world you have the power to create. Let me ask you a question, because those minutes, they set the course of your entire life. This is not about motivation, this is about transcendence. It's about reprogramming the operating system of your mind every single morning so that every morning when your eyes open, you are presented with something far more powerful than just another day. It is the chance to start again, to recreate yourself with intention, clarity and direction. The moment between sleep and full wakefulness is not just a transition, it is a window of opportunity. In this short space of stillness, your mind is highly impressionable, free from the noise of yesterday and the weight ripple through every action, reaction and decision you make throughout the day. Most people underestimate the power of the first 10 minutes of their morning. They allow chaos to enter before peace has had a chance to anchor. Reaching for a phone, diving into social media, checking emails. These are not small habits, they are decisions that hand over control to the outside world. You become reactive instead of proactive. Your nervous system is hijacked by urgency, comparison, and distraction.
Before your inner compass is even calibrated. But when you wake up with awareness, when you begin the day by turning inward, everything shifts. Choosing thoughts of strength, gratitude, clarity, and purpose is not just about feeling good, it's about aligning yourself with who you truly are. You are not meant to carry yesterday's limitations into today. You are not meant to be a servant to your environment. You are meant to lead your life from the inside out, beginning with the very
first breath you take in the morning. Your mind is not fixed, and it is certainly not your enemy. It is programmable, moldable, trainable. It is both the seed and the soil, and the thoughts you plant each day will eventually become the life you live. Many people go through their lives believing they are simply the way they are, anxious, angry, unmotivated, limited, without realizing these are not permanent traits but deeply rooted patterns created by repetition. The mind is not deciding who you are. It's repeating what you've allowed, often unconsciously. And what you allow, you reinforce. This is why reprogramming the mind is not a one-time decision, it's a daily practice. Your brain has been conditioned by years, sometimes decades, of repeated beliefs, most of which were not chosen by you. They came from family, culture, media, and experiences that left an imprint. But just as the mind was programmed to adopt these beliefs, it can also be reprogrammed to release them. It starts with conscious input. Every affirmation you speak, every visualization you hold, every intention you set is a signal sent to your subconscious that the old patterns are no longer in charge. You don't have to believe the new thoughts at first. The purpose is not to fake positivity, but to train your awareness to choose what stays and what goes. The more you choose empowering thoughts, the more you reinforce a new baseline for what is normal in your reality. Your internal narrative, it starts with conscious input. Every affirmation you speak, every visualization you hold, every intention you set is a signal sent to your subconscious that the old patterns are no longer in charge. You don't have to believe the new thoughts at first. The purpose is not to fake positivity, but to train your awareness to choose what stays and what goes. The more you choose empowering thoughts, the more you reinforce a new baseline for what is normal in your reality. Your internal narrative, what once felt impossible, begins to feel natural, and in time it becomes your new identity. To transcend reality is not to escape it, it is to recognize that what you perceive as reality is in fact a projection shaped by your mind. Your beliefs, your thoughts, your past experiences, and your inner dialogue act as a filter through which the world is seen and understood. When you learn to shift that filter, you begin to realize that reality is not fixed, it is flexible. It is shaped moment
by moment
by the lens you choose to look through. Most people are not living in reality. They are living in the echo of old thoughts, fears, and limitations that were never truly theirs to begin with. Transcendence is not about detachment from the world. It is about rising above the unconscious patterns that keep you trapped in cycles of reaction and stagnation. It is the practice of becoming the observer of your thoughts rather than their servant. When you observe your thoughts without attachment, you give yourself the freedom to choose a new response, a new perspective, a new way of being. That is transcendence, when the mind no longer controls you but instead becomes your ally in creation. This level of awareness does not come by chance, it comes through discipline, through stillness, through the repeated practice of coming back to the present moment and remembering who you truly are beyond the noise. The more you step back from unconscious identification, the more Clearly, you begin to see that reality is not happening to you, it is unfolding through you, shaped by your conscious or unconscious alignment. Creation is not a single act, it is a continuous process that happens in every moment, through every choice, every thought, every word you speak. To create your dream life, you must first understand that you are always creating something, whether consciously or unconsciously. Most people are not creating, they are repeating their doubts, repeating inherited beliefs, repeating patterns that no longer serve them, and yet they wonder why nothing changes. Creation begins the moment you stop living on autopilot and start becoming intentional with your inner world. Your dream life does not begin with external success, it begins with internal alignment. You must be able to see it in your mind, feel it in your body, and believe it in your heart, long before it arrives in your hands. Creation starts by defining clearly what you want, not what the world expects of you, not what your fear allows, but what your soul longs for. And then it requires you to become the version of yourself who is ready to receive it. You cannot create a new life from the identity of the old self. That means the way you speak to yourself must change, the way you move through your day must change, the way you respond to obstacles must reflect the mindset of the person who already has what you seek. The more you act in alignment with your vision, the more that vision begins to manifest. Life does not give you what you want, it gives you what you are ready for. To live as the architect of your dream life, you must claim ownership of your mornings with unwavering discipline. This is where momentum is born, not in the noise of midday, not in the exhaustion of night, but in the silence of the early hours when the world is still quiet and your mind is most open. The way you begin your morning is a declaration to the universe of who you are, choosing to be that day. If you wake up reacting, rushing, scrolling, worrying, you are already behind. But if you wake up with presence, intention, and focus, you set the tone for mastery, not mediocrity. Discipline is not punishment, it is liberation. It is the process of creating structure so your higher self can emerge without the chaos of the mind pulling you in every direction. Discipline in the morning might look like sitting in stillness before the day begins, practicing breathwork, journaling your intentions, or visualizing your goals as already accomplished. It is the daily ritual of reminding yourself who you are and what you're here to build. It is not always exciting, it is not always easy, but it is always necessary. Without discipline, your dreams remain ideas untouched, unshaped, unmanifested. With discipline, those dreams begin to take form, not through force but through alignment. It is through these morning practices that clarity sharpens, energy rises, journaling your intentions or visualizing your goals as already accomplished. It is the daily ritual of reminding yourself who you are and what you're here to build. It is not always exciting, it is not always easy, but it is always necessary. Without discipline, your dreams remain ideas untouched, unshaped, unmanifested. With discipline, those dreams begin to take form, not through force but through alignment. It is through these morning practices that clarity sharpens, energy rises, thinking, but to energy in motion. The shift you are waiting for must begin within. It starts when you stop outsourcing your power and begin taking full responsibility for the direction of your life. Every transformation begins with a single decision, the decision to stop being a passenger and start becoming the driver. This requires radical honesty with yourself. Are your current habits aligned with your highest vision? Are your daily choices bringing you closer to the person you want to become, or are they reinforcing who you've always been? The truth may be uncomfortable, but it is in that discomfort that the seeds of change are planted. When you live from the inside out, your circumstances stop defining you. Your vision defines you. Your purpose pulls you. The noise of the world begins to fade, and a quiet, powerful voice within begins to rise. That voice is your inner authority, the part of you untouched by fear, failure, or doubt. The more you listen to it, the clearer your path becomes. You stop reacting to life and start responding from a place of deep alignment. You no longer seek direction, you become the direction.